Musicians Union slams CBS. Colbert Cancellation threatens free speech and artistic freedom. In a bold and unapologetic move, the Musicians Union has slammed the cancellation of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, declaring that this moment demands courage, not cowardice. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this decision truly about finances, or is there a deeper, more unsettling motive at play? The union isn't holding back, calling on other networks to stand firm against what they see as an attempt to silence critical voices. And this is the part most people miss. The cancellation isn't just about a late-night show. It's about the chilling effect on free expression and artistic freedom. Robert Sutman, president of Local 82 of the American Federation of Musicians, didn't mince words in his powerful statement. He emphasized that the abrupt end to The Late Show, a program known for its sharp critiques of President Donald Trump, raises alarming questions. CBS claims the decision was purely financial, but many, including Colbert himself and fellow late-night hosts, suspect otherwise. Could this be tied to Paramount's high-stakes merger with Skydance, which received FCC approval just days ago? Or is it retaliation for Colbert's outspoken political commentary? The timing, coupled with CBS's recent $16 million settlement with Trump over a 60 Minutes lawsuit, has sparked widespread speculation. Sutman's statement dives deeper into the stakes. Live music has been the heartbeat of late-night TV for decades, giving musicians a stage to connect with audiences and contribute to cultural conversations. Colbert's cancellation doesn't just threaten the livelihoods of world-class musicians, it undermines the very principles of free speech and creativity that define our industry and our nation. But here's the kicker. Trump himself has openly boasted about his role in the show's cancellation and has warned NBC and ABC that their late-night hosts could be next. This isn't just about one program. It's about whether networks will stand up to intimidation or bow to pressure. Sutman challenges NBC and ABC to take a stand, declaring, now more than ever is a time for courage, not cowardice. The union's outrage echoes that of protesters and late-night hosts who've rallied against the cancellation. Local 802 vows to protect its members, but the implications go far beyond job security. Is this the beginning of a broader crackdown on dissent? And if so, what does that mean for the future of free expression in media? Sutman's full statement leaves no room for ambiguity. When an administration uses its power to silence criticism, we must all take notice. Censorship as a tool to quash free speech is not just wrong, it's a betrayal of our nation's core values. We stand with our member and with all workers affected by this decision. We will take whatever steps are necessary to protect our workers and defend artistic freedom. This isn't just a labor issue. It's a cultural and political flashpoint. Do you think the cancellation of The Late Show is a direct attack on free speech, or is CBS's financial explanation credible? Let's keep the conversation going. Share your thoughts in the comments below. David Letterman slams CBS over Stephen Colbert's Late Show cancellation. David Letterman's explosive tirade against CBS has sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, painting the network as spineless for axing Stephen Colbert's Late Show and turning his successor into an unintended hero. It's a raw, emotional clash that highlights the tensions between creative freedom and corporate bottom lines. And it's got everyone buzzing about what's really going on behind the scenes of late-night TV. Letterman, the iconic host who held the reins of CBS's late-night slot for an impressive 22 years, didn't hold back in a recent chat with former Late Show producers Barbara Gaines and Mary Barclay. This candid discussion, which he shared on his YouTube channel just a week after the cancellation news broke, shows Letterman firing on all cylinders as he defends Colbert with fierce loyalty. He describes Colbert as a martyr, someone who stands up for what's right, even if it costs them everything, like a modern-day figure sacrificing for the sake of honest satire in a world full of spin. Colbert stepped into the role back in September 2015, quickly becoming the face of the network with his sharp, hilarious take on politics and current events. Over the past decade, Colbert built a massive following by mastering political satire, which is all about using wit and humor to poke fun at leaders and issues in a way that's entertaining yet thought-provoking. For instance, he often targeted the actions of the current administration, drawing in viewers who couldn't wait for his next clever jab. Letterman points out that this style not only boosted ratings, but also made Colbert synonymous with CBS, turning the show into a cultural staple. And this is the part most people miss. While Colbert's Furor was a hit, it also walked a fine line between laughs and controversy, sometimes ruffling feathers with its boldness. But here's where it gets controversial. CBS announced the show's end in 2026, citing hefty financial losses, somewhere between $40 million and $50 million annually. According to reports, this decision came down on July 17, amid whispers of cost-cutting. Yet, Letterman isn't buying it. He argues that if money was really the issue, why wasn't this addressed earlier? He suspects the timing ties more to the messy sale of Paramount to Skydance Media, which wrapped up on July 24th for a whopping $8.4 billion. Letterman jokingly dismisses Skydance as if it were some budget airline, underscoring his skepticism about the whole deal. He even calls out CBS News, noting that it probably doesn't turn a profit either, but still operates, suggesting that the network might be using finances as a convenient excuse to avoid tougher conversations. Letterman's rant dives deeper into what he sees as corporate cowardice, especially in light of a recent lawsuit settlement with former President Donald Trump. That case involved accusations of deceptive editing in a 60 Minutes interview with Vice President Kamala Harris before the 2024 election, and Letterman labels the network's handling of it as pure cowardice. This settlement, he implies, shows a lack of backbone when it comes to defending journalistic standards. On the other hand, Colbert himself has been vocal, blaming the cancellation partly on Trump and firing off a fiery insult during his monologue, positioning himself as a victim of political backlash. Letterman, now 78, reflects on his own exit from the show a decade ago and admits he'd rather have dealt with this mess himself than see Colbert take the fall. He even pokes fun at the situation, with a quip about how you can't spell CBS without BS, echoing his history of sharp humor. All of this raises questions about whether financial realities or deeper issues like free speech and corporate influence are at play here. And this is the part most people miss. While the official story points to dollars and cents, there's a growing debate about whether networks are silencing voices that challenge the status quo. Is this really about budget cuts, or is it a subtle way to avoid controversy in an era of media mergers? As you think about it, consider this controversial twist. Maybe the cancellation isn't just bad business. Perhaps it's a sign of how entertainment and politics are increasingly intertwined, with satire becoming a casualty. What do you think? Did CBS make a pragmatic choice, or are they shirking responsibility? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with Letterman's take, or do you see it differently?